Hello world, it's 8:30, it's the 12th of February 2016 and this is your second video of the day, you lucky people. I'm getting through the houses and this is my take on the astrological 6th house. The 6th house relates to the 6th sign of Virgo, and whereas planets in Virgo show how one maximises one's ability to be effective and efficient, the 6th house shows how this ability manifests itself into and onto the outside world. The 6th house is generally known as the area of work, but not work in terms of career, work in terms of the way you benefit other people less fortunate than yourself. Here the Virgoan influence of the 6th house comes to light. The 6th house is known as the house of work, service, being of service to other people, whether it is a dustman, a nurse, a vet, a carer, a counsellor, someone who looks after others or who tends for others. It is the house of work, service, duty, responsibility for others less fortunate than oneself. It is also the area of a horoscope that deals with words like health, hygiene, diet, nutrition, digestion. It is to do with lifestyle management. The way you manage your life at the day-by-day level, whether it is in the gym, by eating and what foods that you eat, the way you use your physical body, and to a certain extent it is the way that you manifest your potentials for being effective and efficient into and onto the outside world. If the 6th house contains a number of planets that come under difficult aspect, then there's always going to be a pedantic, fussy, analytical, over-logical, over-rational and very, very fussy attitude towards life. It is the archetypal Virgoan perfectionist in that you're never going to be good enough, but you're always getting better. Remember that 98% is good enough, because if you had 100%, you'd have wings on your back. Never going to be good enough, always getting better. The 6th house person with a lot of difficult planets in the 6th house is always going to be finding that their expectations of themselves are high, very high, and they often feel that they're not being successful no matter how good they are, and they're very, very sensitive to criticism. And often, if this is taken to an extreme, these are the people who end up with digestive problems, nervous twitches and various other digestive or nervous disorders brought around by their own self-criticism. A difficult 6th house person will also feel that they're overly burdened by being responsible for other people, that there's never enough time in the day for them to focus on themselves. Whereas if there's positive aspects in the 6th house, you're going to find that this is a person who actually enjoys being of help to other people, who enjoys working with food, with animals, with care and concern in and on the community. A positively aspected 6th house person has got a very pragmatic, realistic and down-to-earth approach to words like health, hygiene and diet. They generally have a good relationship with their own body, and they're quite conscientious about both the appearance of their body and the status of the body. If the sun or the moon is in the 6th house, yes, there's always going to be the attention to detail that goes along with the Virgo component of the 6th house, but there's also going to be the desire to be industrious. Certain planets do very well in the 6th house. For example, Mars loves being in the 6th house because then Mars can work in a way that is effective, efficient, focused, dedicated, and often people with Mars in the 6th house have really strong fingers, very good at jigsaws, gardening, massage, typing, any guitar playing, anything that requires agile digital awareness. Whereas Venus in the 6th house is quite difficult because Venus doesn't like it there. It's too pedantic, too analytical, too detailed, and Venus likes it a little bit opulent. If there's a strong positive Saturn in the 6th house, then this is someone who's a champion, organiser and facilitator. Whereas if there's a difficult Saturn in the 6th house, this is someone who's always going to be hypercritical of themselves and putting themselves down a lot, never going to be good enough. The sixth house is quite a black and white area. It's got similarities to a certain extent to the eighth house. It can be quite judgmental, but much more of itself than of others. Very sensitive to criticism, not that good at receiving praise. If you've got a lot of planets in the sixth house, you need to be industrious. You need to be feeling that you're of benefit to people around you. And the more you help other people, the better you feel about oneself. That's it with the sixth house. Helping others less fortunate than oneself makes you feel good about yourself. So if you've got a lot of sixth house, be industrious, be effective, be efficient. Time management, well-being, health management, managing your energies is a pretty critical thing with a lot of sixth house. The sixth house, health, duty, service, hygiene, diet, nutrition, well-being, lifestyle management. There you go, folks. Enjoy. Bye.